Yeah, we had a great trip to Las Vegas, Nevada for the Desert Duels competition hosted by Wartburg College. Great day of wrestling for us overall, right? 6 duels, 6 wins. Some really great matchups in the sense that we got to wrestle a non-regional opponent in Tiffin, right? It's the first time we've been able to wrestle them. They've always had a really good, strong squad. So we were able to wrestle them. The one I think that really the big highlight of the weekend was the duel against Simon Frazier, right? Number 4 versus I think number 6 at the time, and I think 5 or 6, maybe 4 or 5 matches that were ranked opponents versus each other, right? So that was a big fun one for us. Beating Simon Frazier in a tight duel was a lot of fun for us. I think both the athletes here, Dalia and Hailey, had big wins that helped push us to that win. And I think for us to have a win over Simon Frazier going into break, knowing that they've been a perennial powerhouse over the years, always placing in the top 3 at the national tournament, top 3 at national duels when they do attend, I think that really shows where our program is as a whole right now and where the direction that we're going to. So a really great weekend. Looking forward to kind of getting back into competing this weekend at national duels.
And Hailey, for you in that duel against Simon Frazier, you had a big win over a girl that previously beat you at the Missouri Valley tournament. Talk about that, how that went, and kind of your emotions after that. That win pretty much sealed the duel. So.
Yeah, I was super excited. Going into that match, I was just staying focused on like what I was like working on throughout the week. Obviously, I knew I was going to wrestle her, and I just wanted to get after it. I had no fear, and it showed on the mat, I think.
And Dalia, for you, 8-0 on the year right now, still kind of getting back in the swing of things of the full schedule. Just talk about how you think your progress is going so far.
I think my progress has been going pretty good. I mean, coming from being off for a whole year sucks. I mean, but all I did was rehab and train. And I think having that year, even though having an injury sucks, having that year to just train and get better and work on technique, I think has definitely helped me develop to where I'm at right now. So I think right now I've been feeling pretty solid, and I'm looking to win it all. So, yeah.
I think just looking ahead to this weekend, you got national duels this weekend. Always a fun event. Good tournament, having 28 or however many mats are in that place, all going at the same time, different divisions, different levels. The women are included now for 4 or 5 years now, I think. Just talk about what you're expecting this weekend. Some good opponents on the schedule already.
Yeah, right. National Duels is always a fun event. It's kind of like a big highlight for, I think, the sport of collegiate wrestling, right? The women split between the NAI and NCAA a handful of years ago, and I think that's made it even more competitive now because now both divisions can grow within their own, division. First up we have Lindenwood, and that's kind of the first thing that's on my mind right now. Lindenwood, right? We've wrestled them 2 times previously, right? They've came here in 2018, 2019. We went there in 2021. We've been able to win both those duels. So again, but that's in the past, but we're looking forward to that one, right? A ranked opponent right off the bat. And then you go into the next round, right? Regardless of who it is, right? Presbyterian or Adrian on that bottom side of that bracket, right? Another ranked opponent right off the bat. So we get to see a lot of great quality matchups early on Friday, and then whatever happens, we go into Saturday, right? We're kind of looking towards hopefully a hopeful potential matchup with North Central College, and hopefully a matchup with either King or McKendree, who are up on the top side. Really looking forward to it. I think it's exciting. The men's team's going as well. So I remember in 2019 when we went Dalia's freshman year, I remember wrestling McKendree in the semifinals, and their men's team was there, and they were right there hanging over the edge. Anytime they scored, they were cheering. So I kind of remember that. It kind of sticks in my mind, so I'm excited for us to kind of have that home advantage a little bit with our men wrestling there, and hopefully we can provide that home advantage for them as well.
Dalia, after, like you said, sitting out, but you do have the experience from being at this circus of a weekend. What does that kind of help you to prepare for this week? And then what all did you kind of learn about yourself in that year off?
Definitely one thing I learned about myself is to take care of my body a little bit better. Even though my injury was not on purpose or anything, I just think that I've been taking my injuries a little more seriously, because I think that was probably one of my worst injuries I've ever had. But I think just going to rehab and, constantly keeping my body healthy and being ready to compete, getting after it. But definitely after that year out, I think I fell in love with training a lot more. I think I loved being able to go in, work on technique, and not having to go through a hard practice. Like, it's good to have a hard push, but just to go in and have fun with it and not have to worry about, I need to compete in a week, maybe 2 weeks, Just go out there and just work on technique and, get better every day.
Yeah, and you guys go in, I mean, there's maybe 1 or 2 weight classes that you don't have somebody nationally ranked. Individually, you're the number 3 team in the nation. What does that do for this team's confidence?
I definitely think that, one thing that we didn't do out of the 3 years that we've been here is Travis has set us up with Mindset Mike. And I think that really has helped our confidence in wrestling. He talks about like reset buttons and, building up your confidence to go out there and just score points. Like even in practice we do that. Try to get to 10 points, try to get that tech. So I think us being ranked number 3 definitely helps us build that confidence that we are that program. Being from freshman year, building up to where we are now, I think that we have a great team, and I think that we can do pretty well at national duels.
Hailey, same thing for you. I mean, people come in. I mean, even freshmen, boom, nationally ranked, boom. I mean, it's just, does it just kind of feed everybody's confidence, seeing that we can do this and we can be this good?
Yeah, I think in the room we push each other a lot, whether it's like physically or mentally. We at tournaments we're right on the edge of each other's mats, like screaming for each other, and I think like having that behind you and like having them have your back is really helpful with your confidence.
See, Travis, from day one, this is kind of what you've wanted in this program. I mean, you made no bones about it. We're going to build a national contender, and even though nobody really knew anything about women's wrestling at the time, and just to kind of see, it's like, well, we got to get better here. We don't have anybody in the rankings, and from just a couple years ago, not being able to field a full team, to have almost a full team of nationally ranked wrestlers, is it gone on the timetable that you were thinking? Quicker, not quick enough?
The goal was to build a national championship team here, right? And I think that doesn't necessarily mean winning a national championship. There's a lot of variables that go into that. But I think setting up our individuals and our program for that opportunity to have that success has always been the plan. I know being hired 4.5 years ago now, having that meeting with Brian Rooks and Chris Moore here on my interview, Dave Yonke was there, and it was kind of like I asked what their plan was, and it was to build a championship team, and I said we can do it. And I kind of had this idea of, in 2024, maybe we'll have someone qualify for Olympic trials. Maybe we'll, be a top 3 team. Maybe we'll place at national duels. Like, these are 5 years. We did it in year 2, right? Place at the national duels, right? Top 4 at national championship, right? National runner-up the second year, right? I consider that kind of our first year as a full team. But really, I think it's right on track, right? We're not thinking about winning and losing here. We're thinking about performing at our best, right? Dalia said it, Hailey said it, right? We're setting ourselves up to chase points. We're going to step on the mat and see how many points we can score in 3 minutes. Cool, we didn't hit 10, well, we got 30 seconds, and we're going to do it again in 3 minutes. And I think the camaraderie and the group of young ladies that we have has built this program, right? Recruiting goes well, right? You mentioned, hey, we haven't had somebody ranked at this weight or All-American at this rate. I've talked about it a handful of times with some administration. Like, there's one weight where we haven't All-American yet, 109 pounds. That's a weight that we have to get better at, and we're going to have to perform at, and we have to recruit at. I know that we have a really good young lady coming in that I'm really excited about who can do that next year. And she's going to fit into this mold of, coming in as a freshman and performing at a high level. And it's not just because she's good, it's because she has great teammates around her and an environment that's conducive of being successful. And I think that's what ultimately we're trying to provide here is a successful environment, right? I can show you all the technique in the world. I can show you all these cool secret moves, but you have to have this innate desire within yourself to be successful and want to be great. Right? And everyone on our team has different goals, right? I think these two sitting next to me, Marissa, Claire, they want to make an Olympic team in 2024, 2028. Right? That's the plan. That's kind of the game, the roadmap for them. I have young girls in this program that want to contribute to us winning a national championship, and that's their level of success. So it's not so much everybody's here to win it. Everybody's here to contribute and provide an opportunity for us to be successful.
All right, question of the week. Oh, this one's right up your alley.
Oh, no.
Okay, good. She gets to go first.
Wait.
All right. What is your pre-match hype song? You know, what gets you pumped up?
Oh, sounds easy for you.
I was gonna say, this is
I can
easy.
go.
This
All right,
is-
Hailey Chapman, go.
She's Country by Jason Aldean.
Game On by SOB.
That's not what I thought it was gonna be.
I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. This Is How We Do by Showtech and Hardwell.